Wake up or Waco. Christopher Key here with the Christopher Key Show. I made it to Waco, Texas. I'm here at the Branch Davidians, and I just got through meeting with Charles. He's following the Christopher Key protocol. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I would never practice medicine without a license, but we're trying to help this young man do God's work. Tomorrow is the 32nd anniversary of the massacre here of 86 men, women, and 20 children were burned to death. And I'm going to be out here at 12 o'clock tomorrow with Charles on this beautiful property here that we found out that goes all the way back, the 33rd parallel, all the way back to Jerusalem. It's been verified. So if anybody wants to come out here and get the truth of what happened here in Waco, this was a massacre. It's been classified. How long has it been classified till, Jim? How long has it been classified till when? 20 when? When does the declassified papers get released and what happened here?
There's been no date. There's not been any dates set. I think probably Obama put another 25 years on it.
Yeah, but I think it was supposed to be like 20.
It was 25 years, and he put another 25 years on it.
So when are they supposed to be released now?
This will be the 32nd anniversary, so it'll be 18 more years from now.
Okay, do the math. Can somebody do the math for me?
That's 18 years.
But that'd be 20 what?
20,
2043.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2043 before we'll know what really happened here at Waco, which we know for a fact this was an Army Air Base, right?
That's right.
Army Air Base.
Army Airfield.
Right here. We believe that they flew in and dumped off the cocaine that they cut right over there, right?
Yeah, they flew in. They came in at 10 o'clock every Friday morning. A Cessna would come in and do it. If it was too heavy, did an airdrop, and they would process the cocaine powder. And what do you know? A kilo of cocaine. What was it? It was a kilo of cocaine paste, and they turned it into cocaine powder.
Okay.
Yeah. They would drop a kilo of cocaine paste, and then it was in turn manufactured to cocaine powder, and the CIA would distribute that among all of the large cities around America.
And
this was one of the 8 facilities that were around during the Iran-Contra affair. There was 8 facilities around Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas, and this was one of the 8.
One of the 8s.
Yeah.
And they would land right over there.
Yeah, they would land back on the airfield. It used to be back on the backside here, but it's been removed from all Google Maps, and the ranch that the landfill used to be on has been all that evidence is gone.
And we showed the tunnels, or where possible tunnels are over there.
Yeah.
And we know that that they kept POWs after the World War II here.
No, they weren't POWs. They were what I was told by a man that researched all this. His name was Robert Arnold. Matter of fact, Robert is buried out in this Mount Carmel Cemetery here. Robert Arnold told me that what was kept here was Japanese families. They brought Japanese families here as an internment place. They brought them all here to keep them confined and organized so they wouldn't possibly be a threat to the society around or sabotage or whatever.
Okay, and then we looked last time we were here. You showed me where those tunnels were.
Yeah.
That swimming pool is where they used to cut all the cocaine. Tomorrow I'm going to go at 10 o'clock. To where am I going tomorrow at 10 o'clock?
I'm going to the Branch Davidian Survivor meeting of the Center organized to celebrate the 32nd anniversary of the fire.
Okay, I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock, and who's going to be speaking there?
Kevin Jones is going to be the curator there and in charge of the meeting.
And Kevin Jones is who?
Kevin Jones is he lost his dad in the fire, and he lost his grandfather on the day of the shootout. Matter of fact, his grandfather, Perry Jones, was the first casualty. Perry Jones was sent to the front door. There was something inside. They was having church service or whatever. I mean, I wasn't here, but I was told that there was something going on outside. Well, Perry Jones was sent to the front door to open the door, see what was going on. When he opened the front door, he took 6 rounds, and it took him all day to die.
And isn't he the one that when David Koresh was sent in to clean up the mess,
Yes.
he was the one that found the videotapes
Yeah.
of the women and children that George, the previous one that got in a shootout with David Koresh, who got put into an insane asylum, who then died.
Yeah.
Right?
He supposedly passed away inside the asylum.
No, I heard he tried to escape.
Well, he said he was trying to escape and suddenly kind of fell off the fence and broke his neck. I mean, that was a story I've heard and I've been told, you know.
Okay, so this guy's going to speak tomorrow that we're going to go listen to. And who's that coming out? Oh, that's her. So tomorrow is the 32nd anniversary of the massacre that happened here in Waco. And we got some really good, interesting things happening. So he wants to come down here and see what's happening and uncover the truth of what happened really here at Waco. Because if you don't wake up, it's going to be Waco all across the country. Christ is key. Christ is key.
And if you show up tomorrow, anybody shows up, they can go to the podium that's inside the museum, and there's large aerial photos that have been enlarged showing what used to be here, the military base. It'll show the command center and all the barracks as they lined both lines of the road. One road had one-story barracks, the rear back had two-story barracks, and then there was a command center. And the command center is where the bunker was, which led to the tunnels, which led to the underground facility.
Yeah, and the church will be open tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's in the museum.
Yeah, the museum. Okay. So again, you guys can come and see all that tomorrow. Please come here for the 32nd anniversary of the massacre at Waco, and let's find out what really happened here. It's been declassified now to 2043, and this is where I believe everything started. Everything will end, and this is sacred ground, and we need your help. Christ is key. Christ is key.life. Anything to say?
Yeah, we're talking about Perry Jones. Perry Jones, whenever the Branch Davidians took the place back over from George Roden, when they took it back over, well, Perry Jones came down about a week later after they'd retaken it over, and he told me, he said, "Hey man, I'm your neighbor again." And he says, "You wouldn't believe what all we found up here. We found videotape after videotape of child pornography." And if you study anything about the CIA, anywhere there's a CIA operation, you always have child pornography. And also too, he talking about all the full automatic weapons that they found. And then he called the sheriff department to come pick those weapons up. And Jack Harwell, the sheriff, told Perry Jones and all the people here that they could not touch those weapons because they were under federal jurisdiction.
And you watched the Apache helicopters take fire on your property. They landed on your property, and those shots did not come from the Branch Davidians, correct?
No, those shots were fired by pre-deployed operators. They were the ones that shot the agents. They were the ones that shot the equipment. They were here to create the situation.
It's crazy. It's back crazy. It is. I mean, it really is. Christ is key. Christ is key.life. Again, if you haven't read the book Chaos, Chaos has now been declassified that Charles Manson was a MK Ultra CIA agent. I believe that David Koresh was also CIA MK Ultra, and we'll be writing the book Chaos #2. Christ is key.life.